Hi my loves, how are you? I'm doing great, and in today's video I got tagged by one of my really good friends, Miss Jenny June, and this is a tag. It is called, this is a motivation tag, and I think it's motivation and get to know me better. It was started by Just Love Style. It's called Get to Know Me / motivation tag. And I was tagged by Miss Jenny June. So I'm just now getting to know Jess via Jenny June. And so there's 10 questions, and you're supposed to be doing something, getting something done that you need to do. And y'all know I don't like to do hard work or hard labor. And so, because, and I'm going to tell you why in this video. Now, I play the role of a diva real good, but that's really not the truth about who I am. There's a reason for it, but I don't talk about it. I really don't. Y'all really don't know that. Y'all really don't know a whole lot about me. I kind of keep it a secret. So maybe you do need to watch this and get to know me. If you want to know a little bit more about me and watch me clean my brushes, because that's what I really need to do. If you want to know how I clean my brushes and get to know me a little bit better, just keep on watching. We're going to get into it right now. Okay guys, so thank you Miss Jenny June for tagging me. This was a great idea, and I really appreciate you. And so I use this little Cinema Secrets whenever I want to clean my brushes on the fly. Now, when I'm going to really clean my brushes well, let's be honest, I don't do it a whole lot. It's probably every 3 or 4 months I'm going to take them to the bathtub. I sit on a step stool. Inside my bathtub, I'm going to tell y'all a lot about me today, but I have to get a step stool to sit inside my bathtub because I cannot bend over my bathtub to do this. But I'll sit on the step stool, and then I use the big it comes in a black container, like about this size, and it's the Professional Beauty Blender soap, and I really like that. And it does a very good job of cleaning your brushes. It lasts for a long time, probably about 2 years. It'll probably last you. It's well worth the money. I got mine from Sephora, but in the interim, this comes from Sephora too, and you know, whenever I get through using it, I wipe it out with a tissue paper, but it comes with this little container. You just take this out, and I don't pour that much in. I pour just a little bit, and then whenever I need some more, I'll wipe it out, pour some more in, but I just pour a little bit down in the container, put the lid back on top. And this is what I'm going to be doing while I'm answering the questions. And I've got a whole host of brushes back here that needs to be cleaned. So then I take I have a microfiber towel down here. I've got a microfiber towel here. So I just will, this is a Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter F03 Face 03 brush. So what I do is I'll just take, so on the side that doesn't have the fluid, I'll just put the brush on the edge where it doesn't get too much of the liquid on the brush. So the brush will just have just a little bit of the fluid, and then I squeeze it off on the sides. And then I'll just take the microfiber rag and it just comes clean as a whistle. So this is what I'm going to be doing while I'm talking to you. And then this one looks pretty stained up, but I think that's because of the color that I was using, to be honest. And these will dry in just a matter of a couple minutes. The very first question says, what is your favorite color? And so I really have two favorite colors. Traditionally, my favorite color is green. I love green. Anything green, any type of color green. I just love it. I always have, ever since I was a little girl, it's not like I had one favorite color and then changed. I just came out of the womb loving green. It's just a very calming color to me. I love green. And then as far as the other color that I love pink. Just anything pink. I just love, 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 love pink. And I think that's just because I'm such a girly girl. I can't help myself. Pink, 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 pink. I just want everything to be pink. If I'm going to pick out something, it's usually in green or pink's available. That's what I want. And it's really hard if both's available because I don't know which choice to make. Very indecisive. I have a hard time making decisions. And then the second question is, what is your favorite food? This is really, really a difficult question for me. I have a very hard time eating, so I have a really hard time with this question. So I've been to several doctors, and so my my doctors feel like that I have so I was told that I have a condition called Ehlers-Danlos, and to be diagnosed with that, for a definitive diagnosis, to know for sure, there's a genetic test that you have to have. And so it's a very rare condition. There's a lot of subtypes to the condition. You know, there's one that involves the heart. There's one that involves the joints. And I've been diagnosed with I'm hypermobile. My joints bend back further than what they should. You know, like my joints want to, you know, bend back very far. And so, you know, like whenever, so like my fingers will bend all the way back. And, you know, so when your fingers will bend back, and, you know, you can just bend them all the way back, and they really don't stop, then your joints are hypermobile, and it causes you to have the onset of osteoarthritis, early onset. And then anyway, so anyway, there's a lot of subsets of this disease, and it makes you then also your tissues don't have enough collagen, and then, you know, so then my skin stretches, you know, very like my skin's really kind of weird. I bruise easy. So I have this condition that makes it really kind of. So anyway, I was hit in the rear by a city bus, and it also aids in my degradation of my spine, my vertebral bodies, and the early onset of osteoarthritis. So I have some days I can barely walk. And I really hate admitting to what level that I feel disabled some days. I really hate that, because I have always been able to do anything and everything that I want to do, and it really makes me feel very almost debilitated, crippled, dependent. I just live in chronic pain all the time. It's, and I don't want to admit that to myself, much less anybody else. I mean, to admit that to anybody else means I have to admit it to myself, and it really just pisses me off. It pisses me off. And so I really like to play in makeup because I love the fact that whenever I play in makeup, I look normal and pretty, and I love that. I love to sit up here and, play in my makeup, and it relaxes me. However, sometimes it hurts sitting here in this chair so bad that by the time I get up from sitting in this chair, I can't hardly walk downstairs. I can't get out of this room. So I don't even know. But I love it so much because I feel normal. I feel like a normal woman who comes up here and puts on her makeup just like everybody else does. And I love it. And so it makes me feel good about myself. And that's why I do it. So, a favorite food, when I can eat, normally, so my tissues can't support a lot of food because they just cripple underneath the weight of it. I've already had to have 2 surgeries to lift my tissues up inside my body because they just don't support a lot of weight. So I can't eat very much. So it's not that, if I could eat what I want to, I would probably be like a size 14 like I used to. But since my condition has taken over, I can't eat very much, so I'm a size 8. So it's not that I want to be a size 8. It's just that I cannot eat very much, so I have to eat very small amounts because my tissues won't support it, and I get in trouble whenever I eat too much because I hurt so bad from it. So I just eat a little bit along, and but if I could eat what I wanted to, I would probably, my favorite food to eat is from a local Brazilian restaurant called Delicia's in a little area of Indianapolis called Broad Ripple, and the dish is called moqueca, and it is a tomato-based soup dish with over rice that has shrimp in it, and it's just delicious. I love it. It's my favorite food, but I don't hardly ever eat it because I really have a hard time not eating the whole serving, and I really pay for it when I eat the whole serving. So it's usually best if I don't eat that. So I have a really hard time eating. So food does not usually give me anymore in my life. because I usually pay for it too much. My favorite day of the week is Saturday mornings, because usually that is after a hard week of work, and by the time that Friday gets here, Friday afternoon, I'm usually very chronically exhausted, and Saturday morning I can usually relax and with my husband that morning, and he usually cooks breakfast for me, and I can usually have 2 or 3 cups of coffee in bed, and he's just really wonderful, and I really appreciate that about him. And usually he either makes one of 2 things. He either makes me an egg sandwich on an English muffin, or he will either make me a pancake, a blueberry pancake. So he's really good about that. And that's just our special time together, and I really love that. My favorite movie, oh my goodness. I have 2 favorite movies. One, and my favorite movie is, well, I probably have 3. Let's for different reasons. My favorite movie that I would say is on the tip top, would be The Last of the Mohicans. I love every single thing about this movie. I love Daniel Day-Lewis. I think he is an incredible actor. Everything that I've ever seen him in is just absolutely magnificent. He is an incredible actor. I love him in Gangs of New York. I love him in The Last of the Mohicans, but that's my favorite. The one in where he was, the boxer, with Mark Wahlberg. Oh my God, what a hottie. My free pass is Mark Wahlberg. Oh my goodness. Oh so hot. Then, Madeline Stowe. Oh my goodness, just, and the music. It's the music from The Last of the Mohicans. I could just listen to the soundtrack of The Last of the Mohicans over and over and over and over again. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's just beautiful. Then another of my favorite movies is Legends of the Fall. Because I am a sucker for a tragic love story, because I've had so many tragedies in my life that I just feel like that I relate to that. And Julia Ormond is so beautiful in that movie. When she is in that garden and Brad Pitt comes back up and she's there and he gives her that bracelet, and the light is shining on her hair, and it's just, she cannot get any prettier, and the light's just bouncing off of her hair, and you can just tell that she is so in love with him, and she didn't wait. She did not wait for him. And she knows that he's the only one she will ever love. And she didn't wait. Oh, it's just so tragic. It's so tragic. And she's so beautiful. And you know, he's like, well, you know, he wishes her and Albert the best. Oh, it's like, you know, that's not what she wants him to say. She wants him to say, leave Albert. Come back to me now. You know, oh, it's so tragic. Oh, you know, it's like, oh, just kill me now. Which she does. Oh my gosh, you know. Ah. You know, oh my goodness, so bad. Anyway, then the saddest, and you know, each of these movies I have seen, I don't even know, you know, at least 20 times a piece or more. So the other movie, and I can sing every one of these songs in this movie. I mean, I'm not going to, but the other one is the movie Beaches with Bette Midler and Barbara Hershey. So, you know, this movie came out maybe 1988. And so my mother was dying of cancer at the time. And, you know, why? Why would I do this? Why? This was the last movie that my mother and I saw together. I don't know why I would have, I don't know what would possess me to decide that this would be a good idea for her and I to watch this movie together. Who would do that? Me. But, you know, when someone's dying of cancer, you don't, it's not like you don't know that they're dying. It's not like you don't realize that your time with them is extremely limited. You realize it. The survivor is dying a little bit every day with the patient. As the significant other, you are dying of cancer too. If you really love that person, you're dying the death with the patient. A little bit every day. Except when they're gone, their pain ends. And you are left living it every day. Your pain don't end. It just continues to rot inside of you for quite a while. For, I would say, 5 years. You have a 5-year term that the person who dies doesn't have. You have an additional 5-year sentence that's really full of extreme grief. So it takes about 5 years to come out of the hole. And for me, I wasn't able to serve the 5-year sentence. It was, I didn't serve my 5-year sentence very well at all. It was horrific. I really lost it for 5 years. So what is your favorite outfit? My favorite outfit consists of this shirt. This is the Ann Taylor camp shirt. I have this particular cut of blouse in every color that Ann Taylor makes, I would venture to say. I buy this particular blouse the minute that it goes on sale. I try to get it at the Ann Taylor's sale page. And then once it's on sale, then I wait for it to go 50% off plus an additional 10% off of that. So I usually pick these blouses run $69, and then I get them when they're 50% off. And then I try to get them at when they're usually on sale for some amount, maybe $59. So they're usually reduced to about $59. Then 50% off of that, plus an additional 10% off. So I usually end up getting these for around the $20 price point, thereabouts. So I really usually don't pay more than about $20 a shirt for these. They're very classic. They have a button right here. But then from here down is just a pleat, and they're just a solid shirt. I have periwinkle. I have, yellow, gold, navy, black, white, pink, coral, gray, red, maroon, plum, any color you can imagine. I have it. I wear them in most of my videos. My skin scars very easily due to my condition, and I don't like that to be seen. So there's a reason why I like a long sleeve. I like a long sleeve during the winter time. I like a long sleeve during the summertime. So most of the time you will see me wearing an Ann Taylor standard camp shirt. And that's the reason why. Wow. I'm really laying it out there on the table. I wear these. I love them with a pair. I love this cut because, it's, not really a tunic, but it's blousy, so I can put it with a pair of skinny pants and a pair of high-heeled shoes, and it looks classic. I love it like that. I can put it with a pair of dress pants, and it still looks classic. So I adore this shirt. Ann Taylor, please never stop making this particular shirt. I just love it, and I love the material that it's made in. Washes up great. It never has to be ironed. I pop it in the dryer for about 10-15 minutes, and then I let it air dry. Chef's kiss. I love it. What is your favorite thing about yourself? I have a couple of things. I love my split teeth because I get that from my mom. The thing that I like the most about myself is I've got a generous heart, and you don't find that every day. I genuinely would give someone the shirt off my back. And most of the time, people are just selfish anymore. They really think about themselves and themselves only in this world. And I'm not like that. I'm really not like that. I really think about others. And I want to help other people. And I may not be the best person. And there have been times that I've not been the kindest or the nicest person. But every day I try to be better about that, and I try to be nicer. I try to be kinder, and I try to think about others. And I'm not selfish, and I like that about me. What is your favorite song? Um, well, I have a lot of favorite songs. Or I have a lot of songs that I really, really like. I guess if I had to pick a couple of songs, I think one that would definitely be a song that would be in my top faves would be Linger by the Cranberries. That's definitely one of my favorite songs. It's a song that I guess I've identified with in the past so many times that it's so sad to say. That is so sad to say. But I have. So I really like that song. I like songs for the lyrics. I don't usually like songs for the beat. It's the lyrics that really, really speak to me. I'm never a beat person. I'm always a lyric person. I think about the lyrics. So the other song that is one of my favorites, and this is really pretty morbid, is Yellow Ledbetter by Pearl Jam. And that's because every single time that I hear that song, I think about my father. And that's because this is so whacked out. But when my father was sick, and so my father had cancer, and I knew that he had cancer, but he wasn't diagnosed. But I knew because I work in radiation oncology, and I just knew he had lost weight, and he had said some things to me, and I knew he had cancer. And so when I got called that he was going back in the hospital, I just knew that he had cancer. And so when I got ready to drive down there, I told John, I said, whenever I call you, these are the clothes that I want you to bring to the down. And John was like, for what? And I said, for the funeral, because I won't be back until my dad dies. And John was just shocked by that. And I was like, because he's dying. I know he's dying. So whenever I went to call John to tell him my dad died, the ringtone, the very first music that I heard was Yellow Ledbetter on John's phone by Pearl Jam. And so every time that I hear that song, I'm just there with my dad. And so, maybe that would make someone sad, but I was there. I was there with him when he died. I was laying right beside him when he died. And that makes me feel good. He was there when I came into the world, and I was there when he left. And that makes me feel good. So I like that song because it reminds me that I was there. My favorite candy, when I was a little girl, I couldn't have dark chocolate, So I was allergic to milk chocolate, dark chocolate, so the only thing that I could have was white chocolate. So to this day, I still love zeros. And what are your favorite videos to do? Well, I think my favorite videos to make are the ones, I haven't made this kind in a while because there just hasn't been a palette that has screamed to me to do this. I love making palette tune trivias. Those are my favorite to make. So yeah, I love doing palette tune trivia. So hopefully there will be a new palette tune trivia in the works. I hope somebody comes out with a good palette that I can think of a good palette tune trivia to do one with. But I love it whenever I have a good idea for a palette tune trivia. So that's my favorite. So those are the questions for this Get Motivated tag. I didn't do too good on the brushes. I was too busy talking. But I did get some done. So I got these done. So that's how clean that the Cinema Secrets gets the brushes. So I got this many done. That's not real good. I got this many to do. So anyway, but I did use up quite a bit of the liquid. So, and it's pretty dirty. So anyway, yeah, Cinema Secrets does work really good. If you were wondering how the Cinema Secrets works, it works really good. So, yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this tag. And, yeah, if you want to do this tag as well, just go for it. You don't always have to be tagged to do a tag. So I'm not going to tag anybody in this video because Jenny June tagged quite a few people. So I'll just let that be a good enough tag. If you want to do this tag, go for it. Just get on it and do it. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I would love to know what your favorite movies are and what your favorite songs are. So let me know. That would give me some ideas for some movies to watch. Let me know in the comments below. Mwah! Hope you're doing great. Stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.